Hyundai goes upscale, Ford goes rear drive, there's a Mazda mystery in Japan, and why does that R8 sound like a diesel? I'm Andrea Feczko, and this is Fastlane Daily. If you still remember Hyundai as the car that lost its engine on the way to spring break, you won't recognize the Genesis sedan. That's the Korean carmaker's new luxury four-door that'll compete with Lexus and Mercedes. The company released the first official photos of the Genesis this week, and they show a car that's taken some design cues from the current crop of luxury rides. Under the hood is Hyundai's new Tao V8, displacing 4.6 liters and producing 368 horsepower and 324 foot-pounds of torque. That's over a ZF 6-speed transmission. Hyundai says that hardware is good for 0 to 60 times of under 6 seconds. The Genesis will also come with luxury features rivaling those of the major players. Such toys include radar-equipped smart cruise control, a backup camera, and a similar Lexicon audio system as that found in the Rolls-Royce Phantom. In other news, the Klingons called. They want their forehead back. And if you thought Ford was out of the rear-wheel drive game for good, AutoWeek says, nuh-uh. Ford bosses confirmed this week the company is developing new rear-wheel drive cars for its Ford and Lincoln brands. That means GM and Chrysler won't be the only U.S. automakers to return to their roots, making burnout machines that don't need an e-brake to do a four-wheel drift. No word yet on what the cars will be, but put us down for the Interceptor concept shown in Detroit last year, or the 427 concept shown in 2003, in black with subwoofers. Next up, a Mazda RX8 convertible parade car shows up in Japan, and a factory-tuned Mitsubishi Lancer could be headed for the spotlight. Oh yeah, and girls on trampolines. That's in the internet rumor mill after this.
That will help change people's lives.
Are you bringing any weapons?
Of course not.
You're not changing anything.
Rambo, rated R, in theaters January 25th.
Facebook, MySpace, Street Fire, yep, we're there. Friend us. Everyone knows Mazda likes the parties. The company holds an annual celebration for the first car shipment of the year at its plant in Hiroshima, Japan. Alright, not exactly a kegger with the tri-delts, but this year the company snuck in a few shots of a car that's got Mazda fans in an uproar. It's an RX8 convertible, doubling as a parade float. The company's not talking. And finally, mystery camera phone shots surfaced this week, leading some to speculate Mitsubishi's Ralliart Lancer will show up in Detroit. The shooter says he captured the car on its way to an auto show, of which Detroit is the latest. Word is Mitsubishi is preparing the sporty mid-range Lancer to compete with Subaru's Impreza WRX. That means it'll get between 230 and 240 horsepower and Mitsubishi's new dual-clutch SST auto manual transmission. As they say in Toledo, game on. That wraps up Fastlane Daily for today, and now, girls on trampolines. And by girls on trampolines, we mean the new concept Audi R8 V12 TDI. Like what you see? Stay tuned next week when we bring you more footage of the car in Detroit. See ya.
Fastlane Daily is brought to you by Rambo, starring Sylvester Stallone in theaters January 25th.